Sam, I'm delighted to be talking to you again at ITC DIA Barcelona. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Pretty spectacular, eh?
Yeah, and look at the view and the sun coming in. I'm sorry you guys can't see it.
You're not really sorry, are you? No.
So I thought, so this event kicked off a couple of days ago, and one of the first kind of opening events was the women's leaders dinner that we were both at. And I wanted to grab you today and just talk to you about how incredible that event was and get your thoughts on why it's so important.
You know, do you want me to? Yeah, why not? I'll grab it. I'll grab the mic. It was utterly magical, wasn't it? I hadn't been to the Gaudi Museum before, and that was stunning, and I was just soaking all of that in. And then I thought that the way that the women were interacting with each other over dinner was just utterly, utterly magical. And the thing that struck me was we had 3 speakers. I have to be honest, I don't always enjoy after dinner speakers, and I think we're all often at very male events, and we tend to be listening to topics about like certain subjects. And what those women did was talk about their emotions and their feelings and how they'd experienced financial services and the challenges that they'd had. And I thought it was absolutely wonderful.
One of the things that struck me is exactly that, and one of the things that I have seen through the women in insurance that I have had the privilege to meet, yourself included, is the difference in how you talk and what grabs people's attention, and it's the emotive human stuff that we absolutely need to be pushing more than the very, very dry topics, because, and you said this to me and I quote you a lot, at the very heart of it, we are a business that the many help the few, and we've lost that a little bit in data and numbers and figures and, you know, the very logical stuff. So I was also really blown away by that. What topics of conversation did you have on your table? Because we were on different tables. What sort of things were you guys talking about?
I mean, I have to be honest, at one point I thought I was getting punked, and that it was like, because everybody was talking about all the stuff that we talk about at Stella, about how in financial services they don't feel like it's been designed for women, that they'd had to really kind of fight to get through, that they don't feel that we're talking about the things that are important and dealing with the issues that are important. Somebody on the table was in health tech and was discussing how little research goes into female-centric health technology and health insurance. So I was like, honestly, this is incredible. And it's incredible because I think, you know, when I started out with the Stella journey, I felt quite exposed. That, is it just me? Am I the only person that feels like this? Because this just feels off. It doesn't feel like we're doing the things that we should be doing in the way that we're doing them. And then at that event, the conversations, I was like, everybody, all of the women feel the same way. And look, this isn't men bashing. I actually think men will really enjoy a shift. Like, whenever I talk to men about what we stand for and what I think is important and lacking in the industry, they're like, we'd like that too. And this is where I think it's so powerful that women need to lean into their power and teach men how to lean into their emotions, because that's the bit that is missing at the moment. I think men events talk about products and numbers because they don't yet know how to talk about the other stuff. And that's the shift that I think we're heading towards, and it's one that I want to say.
Totally agree with you. And one of the things that I found particularly powerful about that dinner was how supportive all the women were of each other and their own journeys. And I think perhaps as a gender we haven't got together enough to support each other. And I'm going to quote somebody that we've literally just spoken to, Monica, who said, "There is a special spot in hell for women who don't help other women." I bloody love that. I think it's awesome. Just very quickly on the event as a whole, are you seeing this? I mean, this is insurance and technology, right? Are you seeing that shift? I'm seeing loads more women. I'm seeing lots more conversations around this kind of thing. Are you seeing the same here?
I mean, I can only go off the people that I've met and the experiences I've had. That dinner was my first interaction with ITC, and absolutely there seems to be a lot more colour in the room. There seems to be a lot more women in the room. For me, we seem to be having more of the conversations that we should be having. So it's definitely encouraging.
And together we're making Christmas. In June. Oh, wonderful. Sam, thank you. I've really enjoyed this chat. I will absolutely give this back to you and to the wonderful people that hosted the women's event on Tuesday. I think you're all fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you.